We are at the Karachi Jinnah International Airport today. We are taking a flight with PIA to Skardu, and it is once a week flight that goes direct from Karachi to Skardu. Otherwise, you have to take a connecting flight from Islamabad. This is the international terminal, and we are at the domestic terminal. We bought lounge access because it was only like a couple of pounds, so we thought we'd try it out. There isn't anything special. This is all there is. Can't see any tea coffee facility. Maybe they make it for you. Bit of puff pastry, a few biscuits, cake, ketchup. What do you have ketchup with? No idea. Half the shelves are empty. And this is the extent of the lounge. Just those are mirrors to make it look like twice the size. There is no air conditioning in this lounge. You brought out some cheese and some chicken sandwiches, and there's some biscuit selection and cake. Coffee is nice. The lounge wasn't anything to write home about. You're better off having something at Ramat Shirin. There's one here and there's one after you pass security as well, so it's easy to do. Well, you get coffee, so it costs £2 per person to go into the lounge, and you can have some nice coffee. The coffee was actually quite nice. I don't know about the tea, but yeah, if you're coming, it's not a lot to go into a lounge. It's nice, clean, and clean food as well. But what they don't tell you is that it is before the final security. So when you check in, just go into the lounge first, and then board and go through the security where they scan your bags and all of that.
Was ready for departure. All remaining passengers are last and requested to proceed take up to gate number 70.
Not a lot of domestic flights. I don't know how many international flights there are, but the international port is not here. So ours is the Skardu one, gate 12. They have the Islamabad gate as well. And there are some new airlines, Air Jinnah and Blue. That's our bird for today. No idea what kind of plane it is, but it's a 3-3 configuration. Really looking forward to flying into Skardu, and the next week we'll be flying out of Skardu. That's something to behold in itself. So our luggage is being loaded up. Hopefully our bag is in one of those as well. And this is through looking at it through two layers of meshed glass, so hopefully you get a better view once we are near on the walkway going in onto the plane. Our boarding time is 10:15, and we are just about boarding, and 5 minutes before the flight time they announced that the plane is going to be delayed due to weather conditions in Skardu, but then they literally 2 minutes after that they said, oh, we're boarding, let's go. So maybe the pilot decided it was okay to fly, so we're just gonna board and see you on the plane. This is a glass walkway. It looks fairly new, and the glass is nice and clean as well, and they have air conditioning vents, so it's nice and cool here as well. Waiting at our seat was this pillow in PIA colors. So, as always, fairly decent legroom if you're a shorty, and not too bad for a 2-hour flight if you're a tall person. There is a literature book, and by the time you try to lower the tray table, it is a bit snug, but it's not a huge problem. is here. It's very surprising. It's chicken curry with noodles and a piece of chocolate cake with a cup for your drinks, I suppose. The noodles and chicken are not super flavorful, but not bad either. And luckily not very hot at all. They give you soft drinks and the cake is super nice and yummy. I update my food review. It was absolutely yummy. With the sauce, it just lifted it up and managed to finish all of it. The space here is pretty tight though, width-wise. The legroom is decent, but you have to be very comfortable with your seat partners, or you have to keep your elbows right inside, otherwise it's quite tight. We are coming into land in Skardu, but there is a lot of cloud cover today. We nearly didn't make it because of the bad weather, but the weather seemed to have cleared, so the pilot decided we could risk it. It's supposed to take a few turns of the valley before landing. Wasn't able to go get a review done of the bathroom, but it was quite once we were under the clouds. The plane is doing its first round, but it's a very gentle and very wide circle, not a tight one. But unfortunately, there's too much cloud cover for us to see anything. We are just about coming out of clouds. You can start seeing the mountains on the ground below. Oh dear, the pilot did take a chance, but I guess it was too good to be true. There is too much cloud cover and we are being diverted to Islamabad. Poor thing, he did try, but let's see what happens. This is going to be fun. Well, there's a lot of sun above the clouds, but we are diverted to Islamabad and then we are going to land in 40 minutes. There is no information on what's coming next.
Ladies and gentlemen, inshallah we shall shortly be landing at Islamabad International Airport. Kindly fasten your seat belt, bring your seat back to an upright position, close your wheel table and keep the window shutters open.
So we're going to be landing here. I'm not sure if we're going to get to Skardu today or not, but I'm just hoping that they will land for a little while and then wait till the weather clears up. Before we took off, I saw online that about 3 p.m. The weather should clear in Skardu, and it is 1 now. So maybe they'll let us wait on the plane or take us on to the terminal and then take us back to Skardu. But I'm not sure what's happening because they have not said anything about future plans, or they can just say, okay, off you go, bye bye. But from Islamabad to Skardu is a long way by car, and we have no option to or facility to get there by car. So, and there are no trains as well, as far as I know. So let's see. You'll find out as soon as we find out. Well, folks, this is the next day. We had a lot of issues trying to find out what's happening. There was no procedure in place. Basically, we were let out of the plane when they said the flight's cancelled, and then that was it. And they said we're going to put everybody back to Karachi, and I was like, I'm not going back to Karachi, come what may. So we collected our luggage, came out, and we had to stand for about 2 hours in limbo. Then they eventually put another flight on for the following day in the morning. So it's about 8 a.m. and our flight is at 10 a.m. and we are early arrival, so I'm always early at the airport. And we had seats right at the back, and somebody, the lady at the check-in, managed to give us seats right in the front, so row 4. So we should have good views. Hopefully the weather stays good and we are able to get our bucket lists landing at Skardu today. So let's see if we make it to Skardu. Also, it's a great feeling. Great? I don't know if it's great. Although it's a feeling of deja vu with flying out of this airport, because we flew out of it last year. It's a nice large airport, but not a lot of food choices inside, and quite expensive at that. Well, second day, take 2, similar sort of plane, but no seat back pocket. The tray is the same. The upholstery is a lot nicer though than the other plane. This A320-200. Decent amount of legroom and not too bad for the tall person either. I think this flight is very short one, about 40 minutes. Door closes a little bit later than the flight time, not too bad. The row in front of us was free, so at check-in she'd said that it's a full flight, but then again there is a lot of seat. This plane is quite old, so it does look a bit worse for wear.
पाकिस्तान में है। सबसे पहले नंबर पे K2 8611 मीटर, नांगा पर्वत 8126 मीटर, केशव ब्रह्मा K5 8080 मीटर, ब्रॉड पीक 8050 मीटर और केशव ब्रह्म 2 K4 जिसको कहते हैं 8035 मीटर। जब बादल नहीं होते और जब विजिबिलिटी अच्छी होती है तो ये पांचों चोटियां जो है वो इस रूट पे हमें नजर आती है। अगर हम बात करें 7000 मीटर से ऊंची चोटियों की, तो पाकिस्तान में 108 चोटियां 7000 मीटर से ऊंची हैं और 6000 मीटर से ऊंची हमारे पाकिस्तान में 4500।
So in the 45-minute flight we have a cake, a sandwich and a drink, which is pretty good for a 45-minute flight. This pilot is really good. He's giving information about what we're passing, where we're passing, and he said out of the 5 tallest mountains in the world, 5 are in Pakistan.
नजर आएगी 10,580 इसकी सतह समंदर से। ये जो नाम है सैफुल मलूक, ये मियां मोहम्मद बख्श की एक बहुत मशहूर सूफी शायर है इस इलाके के। उनकी एक लोक दास्तान है, उन्होंने हमें मिर्ज़ा साहिबा और शीरी फरहाद जैसी लोक दास्तानें भी दी हैं। इस लोक दास्तान में सैफुल मलूक एक मिस्र के शहजादे का नाम, जिसे इश्क हो जाता है एक परी से, परी शहजादी से, इसका नाम बदिल जमाला है। बाबू सर टॉप है, या बाबू सर पास जिसको कहते हैं। बाबू सर सतह समंदर से 13,690 फुट की ऊंचाई पे है और इसका नाम बाबू सर इसलिए रखा गया है क्योंकि 16वीं सदी में जो मुगल बादशाह थे बाबर, वो काफ़ी दफ़ा इस रास्ते से गुजरे।
And that's higher than the cloud, and all of the peaks are still covered with snow. If you notice, the plane is so close to the top of the mountains. We are flying over the other peaks of the mountain range. These peaks are very sharp and very pretty. We are pretty close to the peaks.
स्कर्दू दुनिया का ऊंचा तरीन सहरा 8,300 फुट सतह समंदर से, और ये दो सहरा हैं बुनियादी तौर पे। एक कटपना जो कि स्कर्दू के शहर के बिल्कुल साथ है, दूसरा सरफरंगा जो कि शिगर वैली में। शिगर वैली ये जो हमारे बाएं तरफ पहाड़ी है, इसके बाद जो वादी है वो शिगर वैली है। और शिगर वैली से, शिगर की वादी से जो रास्ता है कॉन्कोडिया जाता है, जो कि बेस कैंप है K2 ब्रॉड और ब्रॉड पीक और केशब्रह्मान।
Ladies and gentlemen, inshallah we shall shortly be landing at Skardu International Airport. Kindly fasten your seatbelt, bring your seatbelts in upright position, close your main table and keep the window shutters open. Switch off all electronic devices and mobile phones. Use of smoking, including electronic cigarettes, is prohibited. Please ensure that your hand baggage is stored in the hand racks. Once again, it is reminded that emergency exits are also available at the rear of the aircraft. Thank you.
पाकिस्तान में ख़वातीन हज़रात 3 बड़े पहाड़ी सिलसिले हैं, हिमालय, काराकोरम और हिंदू कुश। ये जो पहाड़ियाँ आपको पीछे नज़र आ रही हैं, ये दूसरा बड़ा पहाड़ी सिलसिला हिंदू कुश का, जो कि कुछ देर बाद हमें नज़र आएगा, और तीसरा काराकोरम का पहाड़ी सिलसिला। और ये तीनों बड़े पहाड़ी सिलसिले जो हैं ये जंगलोट के मकाम पे आके मिलते हैं। इंशाल्लाह देखेंगे कि अगर आज बादल ना हुए तो मैं आपको वो बताऊँगा।
It's not just a flight, he's giving us a aerial tour of the whole place. We passed the end of the Himalayan and we're gonna come to Karakoram range of mountains.
हिंदू कुश के अगर लफ्जी माने किए जाए तो उसका मतलब है कि हिंदू को कत्ल करने वाला। और इब्न बतूता एक बहुत मशहूर ट्रैवलर मराकश, उन्होंने अपनी किताब में लिखा है कि पुराने ज़माने में जब ये रूट इस्तेमाल होता था तजारत के लिए, फौज की नकलो हमल के लिए और दूसरे कामों के लिए, तो बहुत ज़्यादा बड़ी तादाद में हिंदू जो थे वो इसको अबूर करते हुए मारे गए। इसकी वजह से इसका नाम हिंदू कुश। इस पहाड़ी सिलसिले की काफ़ी तारीखी हैसियत है। हज़रात आपकी खिदमत में दाएं तरफ दुनिया की नामी ऊंची तरीन चोटी, पाकिस्तान की दूसरी ऊंची तरीन चोटी नागा पर्वत 26,660 फुट ऊंचाई। नागा पर्वत का संस्कृत का लफ्ज़ है, 2 लफ्ज़ों से बना है, नागा और पर्वत, जिसमें सिकानी है जंगली पहाड़ी। ये जो आपको नागा पर्वत की जो साइड नज़र आ रही है इसको रॉकेट फ्लैंक कहते हैं। और इसकी खसूसियत ये है, ये जो दरिया आपको नज़र आ रहा है बाएं जानिब बिल्कुल नीचे, ये दरिया सिंध, और दरिया सिंध से इसकी चोटी तक तकरीबन 25 किलोमीटर का फासला है। और इस फासले में 23,000 फुट की ये ऊंचाई है, जिसकी वजह से ये दुनिया की ऊंची तरीन असेंट्स में से एक असेंट है। जो नागा पर्वत की सदर्न साइड है, जो दूसरी साइड है इस वक्त हमें जो नज़र नहीं आ रही, वो रूपल माउंटेन फेस कहलाती है। और रूपल माउंटेन फेस दुनिया का सबसे ऊंचा माउंटेन फेस 5,000, मैं माफ़ी चाहता हूँ, 4,600 मीटर ऊंचा। और ये जो आपको लेफ्ट पे जो वादी नज़र आ रही है, वादी गिलगित की वादी है, और ये जो ग्रीन सा पैच नज़र आ रहा है जगलोट का शहर। बाएं तरफ आपको जो पीछे जो पहाड़ियाँ हैं वो हिंदू कुश का पहाड़ी सिलसिला, और बाएं तरफ ये जो अब पहाड़ी सिलसिला शुरू हो रहा है ये काराकोरम का पहाड़ी सिलसिला, और दाएं तरफ हमारे हिमालय का पहाड़ी सिलसिला। तो ये वो जगह है जहाँ पे ये तीनों बड़े पहाड़ी सिलसिले आके मिलते हैं।
It's amazing how cloudy the weather has gone in just a half an hour flight. We are about to land and I do hope we are able to land today. We are so
करता हूँ कि आपका
close to
सफर
the
हमारे
peaks.
साथ खुशगवार गुजरा होगा, और दुआ गो कि आपका क्या स्कर्दू में खुशगवार गुजरे। आपकी तवज्जो को और PIA के साथ सफर करने का बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया।
We are so close to the peaks on both sides. sign over there saying Pakistan Air Force welcomes you to Skardu and welcome to Skardu by SCO or SCD. Well, we did eventually make it to Skardu. Subscribe and have the notification bell on to be notified of the Skardu flight out of here to Karachi. Let's see what that experience goes like. The Skardu airport is actually quite a bit further away from the runway, so it's only bus gates.
हिफाजती बेल्ट बांधे रखें जब तक हिफाजती बेल्ट बांधने की निशानात बुझा न दिए जाएं। तंबाकूनोशी का इस्तेमाल ममनू है। उतरते वक्त अपना रस्सी सामान साथ ले जाएं। व्हीलचेयर की सहूलत तमाम मुसाफिरों के उतर जाने के बाद मुयस्सर होगी। हम उम्मीद करते हैं आपका सफर हमारे साथ खुशगवार गुजरा होगा। सबसे लाली परचम के अलमबरदार पाकिस्तान इंटरनेशनल के इंतखाब का शुक्रिया। अल्लाह हाफिज।
So like, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll see you next time for travel and review videos.
Ladies and gentlemen,
bye. We literally just passed the snow-peaked mountains, but you can't see any of them from here. They are over there in the distance. So he's flown through there behind these mountains, turned round and come down to land.